Oh.
Okay, right on the button. Okay, call the meeting order at 7. First, we pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next, the approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Fast, seconded by Mrs. Udell to approve the minutes. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Kowarski?
Excuse me, yes.
Mr. Baczynski?
Yes.
Mr. Fast?
Yes.
Mrs. Udell?
Yes.
Edward Bush, yes, passes 5-0. You paused, I thought I mispronounced it.
No, I
Don't do that to me.
carbonated water.
Approval of claims.
Make a motion to approve the claims. Second motion.
Motion made by Mr. Baczynski, seconded by Mr. Pfaff to approve claims. Is there any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kowarski?
Yes.
Mr. Baczynski?
Yes.
Mr. Pfaff?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, utilities, MCO.
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
I apologize for not getting a report earlier. I thought it was sent out, but obviously it wasn't. So you have a copy of my notes on it. So probably the major thing is the area water main down by above the shop there has been very problematic in the past month. Adam had AccuDig out with hydro excavated, and we really had a hard time trying to figure out what was going on out there. To make a long story short, one of the mains everyone thought, I think, had been replaced, was left live, and the new main was actually live, but it's been, one of the valves has been shut off. So I think we've got figured out what we need to do to get the old one shut off and basically eliminated, discontinued. We will need to have a couple different excavations done. We'll be probably working with Butch Weston to get a lot of it done. I think on Main Street we can get the 2 taps made, which need to be done because I think that the one house and then the shop is still on the old main. Those need to get put over onto the new main. We need to eliminate the old main. We need to still open up the new main and get it flushed out well. And then the one valve that's down by on Railroad Street needs to actually get the T and everything needs to be cut out and a pipe put in. So what we'll do is, I think, hopefully within a week we can get the 2 taps done, brought in away from the street, and then we can hopefully get the street dug up there on Railroad Street and get that section of main on. I think we can isolate that without having to do a major shutdown and a boil advisory. So, but I'll probably have Adam work on that and get that all right to take care of. It won't be the cheapest thing in the world, but I think we really need to get that eliminated so it's there. For some reason, the section from, it appears that from the shop back to the treatment plant was installed first, and then the section from Railroad Street to the shop was installed afterwards, just by the way it was constructed. I mean, it's really difficult. And unfortunately, on that second phase, there was absolutely no. Tom spent hours looking for plans, and there's none to be found.
Yeah, we went over to Doomland Group and we pulled through the.
Here on that Coulter Loop.
We went through the Coulter Loop as-built, and then we also went through the water plant project because it looks like you had the EPA project that kind of took place, and then you had the part of the project that was done during when the water plant went up and running. So it was confusing what was on the drawings, what's actually out there, and the 2 projects that took place.
And there were a lot of different possibilities that they could have done. The one you gave me isn't the one that was done. The one that you made they showed an 18-inch main, and so it's just really hard trying to figure out what's in the ground out there. So it's been tough, but I think we've got a handle on it. You know, we're assuming that I think it's the one that goes to Paul's, that main going back there. We're hoping that's tied into the new main. But, you know, right now we're just guessing. So, but we'll do what we can.
So as far as the time frame that I can tell Reeve and Riley?
I
2
would-
weeks?
Yeah, I think we can do it that.
Okay.
Well, they can come in anyway, start beside
They can start on the other, so
Yeah, we have much of the other stuff
Okay.
to do.
So,
that's what they were wondering, I guess.
okay.
Are they up and running yet? I mean,
Not before plan.
fourth plant? They had Joe that done today. Awful.
Yeah. The voltage regulator for the generator, we've been waiting forever. They did call me, 2 days ago that it'll be installed on Friday at the water plant. For some reason, for several years, anytime the generator runs, somebody have to go out and adjust the voltage, by hand, and that's not the safest thing to do when it's pouring down rain. So, we're getting that fixed. We did get, a lot of the valving, located. Jordan was out, doing the GIS. He got pretty much, I think 90% of, water tower places done. He'll be working, west, Kohler Road area in that section there, where the proposed roundabout is. Then staff will have to start, we're doing it in blocks, so we should be able to get that done. We did replace we repaired the damaged fire hydrant, Fieldstone. Kennedy was out, and we actually got it all, we did get it repaired, and it's working well. We did receive a response from Troyer Group regarding the roundabout. It appears a water main will be directly beneath the north inbound outbound lane, to the roundabout. So I'm not sure. I think you're gonna wanna have relocation done on that, so. You definitely don't want that water main underneath.
That's just the return on the loop coming back from the Kohler Road project, isn't it? You know, then they run it down Kohler Road, then back out to
Yeah,
6,
back out
to
to 6, and then
Yes.
tied back in.
So I said something to John. Did you talk to John?
I talked
about
to
it,
John
too?
on the phone, he said he could fill out most of it, and the rest he's gonna coordinate with you, or.
But it's really a crazy spot for us. I mean, it's just, so,
Just, if it has to be relocated, we'd be better to run it along Loman Lane and not even have water service there.
then you've also
Because
got,
if anything developed in that corner, you could run it off the main that runs down.
well, we probably ought to look at it for the big picture planning on it,
Yeah.
because if they're gonna replace that culvert under 2 there, that big box culvert, it looks like that's gonna require a relocation too.
So we got in touch, that's another conversation I have, we got in touch with the engineering firm, I think that's 2-3 years out.
Yeah.
But they got, I think Nathan and Adam's contact, they're coordinating that. They're gonna get to give their utility guy our information so we can walk that with us
Yeah.
when they get closer, but I think we got it out there way out in front, that it's
Yeah.
gonna be an issue.
But I know we're putting a storm sewer in at the treatment plant. Everybody thought it was under the culvert. Well, it's not. I think it's sitting right on top of the culvert, so it's gonna have to be relocated. So I'm assuming probably what they'll do is they'll probably directionally bore, polyethylene, but that, it's something we probably need to look at and see how we wanna do that. Sizing and that type of thing. Do you wanna use one as a casing? It's just something I think we get John involved and really see what the future plan of what you wanna do. So.
Might be the time to move that, move it.
Absolutely, you're right. I mean, that's probably a good idea.
I don't get too many of those, so.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. It's like, wow, I had a good one today. The other thing too, Imperial Midwest removed the high service pump number 1 yesterday, so it's been taken into an overhaul. I was there when they tore it apart. The impeller looks really good, so I don't think, the pump looks like it's in pretty good condition. So if it is in good condition, we'll probably put off doing the other one for, 4 or 5 years. I'm guessing that would make sense to do that, so. The wastewater plant, still haven't done much with the clarifier. I've got to get in there. My back's been messed up for 3 weeks, and I can finally walk now, so. I'll try getting down in there and take a look and leveling it. Haven't done anything with the raw sewage pump, still in discussion with that. The foaming problems at the wastewater plant, has improved. We've actually got rid of all the foam. Probably 1 or 2 things. We've got the micropopulation where it wants to be at. And it could also be that, the school's out and Purdue Northwest is out, so maybe some of our grease is not coming into the treatment plant now. So we'll see what goes on with that. So it's kind of interesting that it's just a coincidence that the foam went away when school let out. I don't know. I'll have to look back and see on some old records that we have. So. The discharge piping on one of the pumps in the Nash Finch lift station cracked. Superior Pumping came out and they did repair it. They're going to get a quote on a replacement pump for out there. I think those things have been they're pretty old, and I think it probably makes sense to at least get a price and see what lead time is on that. If it's a long lead time, we may want to buy one and have it there. Pull one of the old ones out, send it in for an overhaul. While it still can be overhauled, and then just have it sit in the wastewater plant. So, because the run times are definitely up, and the number of cycles and that is up now out there.
Would it be worth reaching out to North Point to see if they have any future plans to try to, because then we'd have to try replace them anyway,
Yeah.
I guess if we still got one pump, we still wouldn't get it, but if they're gonna have one upside up.
We can take a look at a little bigger one, and we can see what you're kind of stuck with the size because of with this force main. I'll talk to John and see, feasibly how much we could get out of that. But it's such a long force main and it's so small, you may be able to get there's a reason they went from a solids handling pump to a grinder pump. The originals were solids handling pumps, and from what I gather is they were burned pumps up 20 years ago, and it looks to me like they talked to Gas Voda and they came up with using a grinder pump, and grinder pumps are more forgiving on the high pressure applications. So you may not get as much flow, but you can handle the pressure a lot more. So you don't get a lot of the vibration and that causes seals and that kind of thing. So we'll take a look at it and see on that. We still haven't we've worked with John a little bit on the Westville Estate Station, but that's really about where we're at. So that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna take off. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You're working on moving that to the main.
I got my shovel up there.
Just digging there. It's called to locate.
Street, okay, the only thing I've got is over here at 207 Plain, behind the post office. Graps used to live there, Mike, I know you remember.
Yeah.
And, but the problem is all the water that comes from Ridge and Jefferson, it all runs in this guy's backyard.
Yeah, he called me about that too.
Okay, well, we went and looked at it, I took Tom and Jim, and I took a concrete guy over and looked at it. And what we're suggesting is, it's got that little asphalt curb there now that's not working. We're gonna dig it out and put a 6-inch curb and gutter in there so it can run behind the post office. And then plus raise the sidewalk up there a little bit, so he definitely won't get no water in his backyard.
It's all drained in the old alley. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's where it's going.
Yeah.
The only thing I see, maybe not, I don't know how much water can go in there, because it really doesn't go anywhere. is we might have to put a tank there eventually, but I don't know. But to do the curb and gutter and all the new sidewalk with handicap is $12,500 from UMC Concrete. That's who does our concrete work. And he can get started on that. That guy's getting water and stuff in his basement. And I need to get on that pretty fast. We're gonna take it out of our sidewalk repair, part of it this year. I think we got a
sidewalk seized up by the post office, or a lot of traffic comes through anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think there used to be a tree in there that popped it, so there might still be one.
But there's a tree there, the guy, owner don't wanna take it down, and we're gonna leave it there, 'cause it's higher than what the curb will be.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna butt up to it, and then something happens to that tree down the road, we can put a curb in right there.
Okay. Let 'em-
I'll make a motion that we spend the money to repair this sidewalk and curb.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Krasinski, seconded by Mr. Pfaff to, spend $12,500 to be paid out of the CCD sidewalk fund for $12,500, for the corner of Plain and, Jefferson.
Yeah.
Any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mr. Forsky?
Yes.
Mr. Krasinski?
Yes.
Mr. Pfaff?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Nothing else on streets?
Nope, I gotta go help Nathan do that.
I got a lot to talk about, Bubba.
You guys be right here.
Telling a story or project, Bubba.
Won't take me more than 30 minutes.
Parks? I'm gonna go by tomorrow and make sure it's done.
Okay.
Thanks.
Police, welcome back. Don't make up for the 10 weeks all at once. Go ahead, Derek.
Won't take me 30 minutes tops. So for May, we had 553 total calls for service, 91 traffic stops, 8 crash reports, 30 assist other agencies, and 17 ordinance violations. We're about that halfway mark for the year. So far for the year, we're at 2,573 calls for service. So we're a little busier than we were last year, but everything's working. The next thing that I have on the agenda, the first one I wanted to tackle was the grass ordinance. Every year we deal with the grass ordinance. It's not unusual for a town to have a grass ordinance. I don't know of anybody that doesn't. What I'm running into is that for me to enforce the grass ordinance, I have to go get all the addresses for the properties. I have to come in here, I have to get the names and mailing addresses for everyone. Then I have to spend a fortune and send out certified letters, and I have to put on a door hanger. I have to wait for the receipts for the certified letters to come back. And then by the time all of that comes around, then I can actually do something. It's a lot of work for a grass ordinance. It's a lot of expense. The certified letters are not received well by the community. They make a lot of people very angry. I very seldom ever get a complaint on a door hanger. If I put a door hanger, and I've done it, I put door hangers up just if I'm in a rush and see if I can get somebody to mow the grass. Generally, I don't get complaints on door hangers, and I have no trouble getting people to cut their grass. My proposition is that we kind of streamline it. Let me do a call for service, which just takes a few seconds. The guys can document when they go out in a call for service. We can put a door hanger on, give them, I think is it 5 days we give them? Check it in 5 days. If it's not mowed, then we go ahead and issue the citation. If it is mowed, we accomplish what we need to accomplish. We're saving money, saving time, and I think it'll be received better by the public. Those certified letters, I mean, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, and people just get downright angry about them. And if we can avoid all that and still accomplish the same thing, then why not?
And a lot of time too, wasted while the grass is still growing.
Because they can't do anything until they get the receipt back, and we've been doing it for so long. A lot of people will get the notice for the certified letter and they refuse them. So then I don't have delivery of the letter anyway.
I agree, I think we need to do what you're talking about.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, before you do that, I want to look at it, because I didn't know what was exactly going to come up with this. The problem is, the provisions of this mirror the statute, because the statute is what grants the authority to have this ordinance. So I'm gonna look at the statute to see whether or not the statute's requiring all these things, because it's the enabling provision for the ordinance. That's why the reference is specifically in it, provided as under pursuant to 36-7.1. So I wasn't sure which part of it you wanted to talk about, so, I'm certainly happy to look at it, I understand what you're saying, but we still have to make sure we're complying specifically with what the statute provides, because it's the statute that controls the creation of this ordinance.
And it could have changed in 17 years, so.
They may have gotten smart in 17.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
Yeah,
certified letter.
I mean, it's not my, I mean,
Ridiculous.
I don't wanna argue with it, but it's not my first grass ordinance. I did them for 12 years in LaPorte. We didn't, I'm assuming they did theirs correctly, who knows, maybe they didn't. But I would go to a house, if the grass was not within the ordinance, I wrote them a ticket. I mean, we didn't, it's a lot of procedures, obviously, we have to follow the statute, but I don't know of any other ordinances that are this complicated. So, whatever's right.
And do we have to do ordinances under a statute?
For this one, because it's specific relating to vegetation and grass.
Okay, so could we do something else?
I'm trying to pull it up right now, to be honest with you, so I can see exactly what it says. Like I said, I wasn't sure exactly what we were bringing up here, so.
Do you have this in front of you?
I got the ordinance,
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the statute, I'm trying to pull up the statute.
Would it be possible, Darren, to reach out to them for you, see what their ordinance?
I'm sure it could.
Yeah, I'd love to see the ordinance.
Yeah, they may even be online. But yeah, I can call one of the guys over there and have him send it to me.
If you know anybody at LaPorte?
I might know one or two.
Well, I think ours is kind of antiquated.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we have to do what's legal. I mean, I'm not familiar with the certified mailings and all that. So that's,
I
I don't
don't
think
think
that's
that's
lot-
that isn't a
that's time
that's not
consuming.
a requirement.
Doesn't
because
seem
it's
necessary.
so costly.
But certified mail is,
There's $6.50 each time you do it.
I know,
And
it
when
is,
he does 25 at the beginning of the season,
it's really.
that's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah, I got another message now that we're on the topic from, the one that I sent out, the same one in Fieldstone. Sent me
Yeah.
a message again, and she
Yeah.
said, she sent me a picture this time, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm almost kind of like, do I go out there and just mow it, just so I'm not getting?
No, I think it switched hands, and I think Miller Construction got out of it, and I think now it's just the Coulters.
Oh, okay.
So I'll
they-
reach out to John and talk to him. And
Okay.
I think what happened was he went there to mow it, and it's holding water, so he wasn't able to get his equipment in there to mow it, so.
Then I'll let them know, just so they
Yeah.
know, because I was like, I got a picture this time, and I'm like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
he
you
did.
want me.
I know he'd been there once and mowed it, and then he went back again to mow it, but the lot itself had standing water in it, so he couldn't get in there.
Yeah.
He couldn't get in there.
Yeah, they were very nice about it, and I'm just trying to be as helpful as I possibly could, but I feel bad, I'm like, I don't know, but I'll let them know, they'll be happy to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, this section, I have to cut you off.
you're fine.
I don't wanna make your thing any longer than it already
No,
is.
no.
But looking at the statute indicates that the initial notice must be sent by first-class mail or equivalent, and then it talks about initial notice, provided by certified mail, first-class mail, or equivalent. So it looks like you could do it not by certified mail. Now we have to modify the ordinance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So could he do it by the
So
door
we can
hanger?
do it with a door hanger.
Would that justify the equivalent?
An ordinance adopted must provide that a notice sent to the property must be sent by first-class mail or an equivalent service permitted under IAC 117.
Well, would that be a call for service, equivalent to first class mail? I mean, it's going in your, I mean, what is their version of
Yeah, anything-
equivalent to first
Yeah.
class
Well,
mail?
well, they're saying, they're referring me to another section.
Of course.
It's always nice when they do that.
Yeah, no, it's not, and when I hit it, it didn't go right to the section. Because it has more versions than one with varying effective dates, so that's why I did that.
And you go down, and you go deeper and deeper.
They do that with like the criminal codes, so you have to look up, they'll give you
The most
a
recent.
term, and then they're like, do you have to get the definition for the term, and you have to look, like, really?
But everything is always the most recent.
Well, I mean, knowing what you guys want. for the July meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be.
Knowing how you guys.
See what the port's got, too.
You're gonna handle it,
See what the board does.
copy of the report, send it to me.
I'm sure I can get it.
'Cause
So
I mean,
if they haven't changed it, I mean, I haven't been there since 2010, so maybe they've changed theirs too.
Because then what you do is, if the initial notice of the violation is provided by first-class mail or equivalent, then you can do a continuous abatement notice posted at the property, which would be a door hanger,
Mhm.
that then says that you don't have to give them another notice for the rest of the year.
Okay, so only one notice and then,
And
see, right now we're doing them over and over and over and over.
So that the USPS equivalent might be just
you know, the first one's going by mail, and the second one's going by a, you know,
Absolutely.
a door hanger
Yeah.
that's saying now.
50 cents
That's
compared.
what the $6.50, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a little easier.
and then once the door hanger's there, you don't have to give them any more notice.
Right.
Serves as notice of the real property owner that each subsequent violation in the same year for the initial notice was provided may be abated by the municipality, county, or its contractor, so.
That makes
it's
sense.
a good stuff, abatement.
Okay.
That'd be easier.
Okay. Yeah, that's any kind of help. I'll take any help I can get.
Down by the reels in the line, okay.
The next one is our nuisance ordinance. We're coming into that time of year where people are having parties and doing all kinds of stuff. And if you look through the nuisance ordinance, we have nothing that covers unreasonable sound. I get complaints of loud parties, and I don't have any teeth, because I don't have an ordinance. So I don't know if we would have a separate noise ordinance, or if we would add this to the nuisance ordinance. I don't know what the best way to tackle that would be, but if we could come up with something that covered unreasonable sound, it would be helpful.
Historically, this has been long ago, and I don't know, maybe Mike remembers this conversation. We did have a conversation about a noise ordinance, specifically related to Jake breaks back then.
Yeah.
About trying to deal with Jake breaks, and the problem with it was setting the decibel level for what constitutes unreasonable noise.
Mhm.
And that was the difficulty that we had back then in discussing what would constitute.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of places, they just, no Jake breaks, that's how they.
When we tried that, but then the state came back and said, you can't do that.
Yeah, we had signs before.
We had signs up there, yeah.
Yeah, they made it second.
Of course, the state had them on the toll road.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
they're
that's-
different, that's different.
But you can't do it under a disturbing the peace type of a situation?
Oh, really?
Well,
Not, like disorder, we don't have a disturbing the peace, we have a disorderly conduct. But disorderly conduct, I don't know that it would cover like a party.
Do we have the right to set a decibel level?
I think we can, the problem is that then you have to buy meters to,
Well, that's expensive, and now we're just gonna have them in the truck.
I will tell you, the reason that this is, we had a resident come in here and complain about this, that's why it's getting brought up. He lives right there on Main Street, and he was behind that apartment building where he lives. At 8 o'clock, he said, they were having a fire, a covered fire, and he was, chopping pieces of wood for the fire. And the guy that lives right behind him in the big yard came running out and was yelling at him that we have a, noise ordinance, and 8 o'clock is the quiet time, you know. I'm like, I don't know. So I called Darren, I mean, so I guess, so if you're sitting outside and it's like a Tuesday night, and you're in your backyard and it's 10:30 at night, and you have your neighbor who's hooping and hollering.
Got a chainsaw.
Well, I mean, how do you, that's where we're at, that's why, that's my, view on it anyway.
And
Came in
I've gotten,
very mad.
I've had complaints, there's a couple people in Water Tower that have some pretty big
Yeah.
outdoor parties on 4th of July and Halloween, and if they get carried away,
You know how
But
kids
sometimes
have quiet time at 10
They
o'clock.
continue sometimes for 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Well, it's graduation party,
Yeah.
season two, so everyone
Yeah.
is gonna be.
certainly, you know, this section of the nuisance ordinance that says that something, an act that essentially interferes with the comfortable enjoyment of life and property, would certainly fall within that provision.
if you guys are comfortable with that, then I'll roll with it.
But we don't have, my question is how late can it be? That's the
Is
whole,
there-
that was the whole point of his argument. He said 8 o'clock is not very late, and some people maybe say, no, some people might think it's late though. So how do you, what's a reasonable?
10 o'clock usually is the universal time for stop it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fair. I
Other
mean,
than the 4th of July, which they
well,
made
yeah,
an
that's,
exception
he
for.
said
Well,
that's
they-
a state statute.
4th is,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say 4th of July is.
Yeah,
Covered by the-
I have the fireworks statute that I can use,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the state statute. And it has times on it, times and dates and everything, so it's pretty solid.
What is this particular resident? This biggest-
I mean, it's not just one incident, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we get some pretty big parties.
Several, I could
We're
imagine.
Westville, we like to party.
Yeah, we're a wild group.
Yeah.
I think certainly you can use your discretion on the bridge of this ordinance, as long as it's reasonable. I think you're gonna tell somebody at 7 o'clock, you gotta turn down, the volume, as opposed to 11 o'clock.
Right.
So should the time be specific in this?
You could certainly try and set one. I mean, I guess this one gives a little bit more latitude and discretion.
But then, I'm not trying, I'm
I
trying
don't-
to be
I
a
don't-
advocate. His discretion could be different than Nate's when he's out on a Saturday night. I mean, it's what I'm saying, I don't know.
Well, and it's like the noise level. Someone may not think, I mean, it's
Right.
subjective. Someone may think, well, that's not too bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody else says, I'm tired of it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, that it's okay, because you've got about 2 cases of beer in you, you don't
Yeah.
think it is bad. I've not been drinking, I think it sounds like crap, you know? I mean, this thing.
Or when a car comes by the street and my pictures on the wall start vibrating,
Mm-hmm. Then you kind of wonder.
and then I just wanna follow.
So how do you find the happy medium to, ease everyone, I guess?
Well, first of all, that's generally impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Impossible to do.
We're aware of that, but still there can be something. There can be something,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not,
some type
I'm not an expert on,
I mean,
on the noise ordinances or anything. It's-
When the Legion does an event, like a party or something, how late are their rules? Maybe kind of.
Right, and I think you're
They
looking.
live in by a lot of houses as well, so a lot of people are coming in and out.
You're looking at, I think, noise too, a little different on Saturday night than you are, Monday night,
Right,
or
that's what I'm
Sunday
saying,
night.
like, what, even like bingo on Wednesday, it gets crowded, so I'm sure, I mean, I don't think it's loud per se, so I just think maybe like doing some research, maybe seeing like, what time does that die down, basic kind of, 8:30? So then maybe like weeknights do 9, and then weekends, if they hold an event or they're doing something like a big fundraiser, like, 'cause that stuff can go pretty late, and just see if like, if it's 11, we'll do 11.
I mean,
I don't get any complaints about the Legion.
No, not at all, I'm just saying like, use them as kind of like a precedent, like an example, because they are like right in the middle of the little houses and stuff, and no one seems to complain, so I'm saying like, maybe see what works for them, and then base it off that, and then we can make a vote or something.
I mean, have you never seen another town have a time that,
Not that I'm,
Does Valpo do anything like that? They're pretty,
I think they just go and indicate to the people that, hey, this is too loud and turn it down.
I wish they did that, but obviously the other guy didn't like it, so then they start screaming and hollering at each other, and then
Well, the other guy,
do
like,
the
it was 8
911,
o'clock.
and then it gets to it, it escalates, so.
8 o'clock's a little early, but.
I agree, but.
Why don't you use your discretion, like Randy said, and see how that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just hard to legislate
Mm-hmm.
for every eventuality. And I think where this ordinance provides you some degree of discretion, and we all know that the police officers do get the ability to utilize discretion.
absolutely.
And in this situation, I think you and your officers would use discretion. If somebody was complaining about somebody doing something at 8 o'clock on on a Saturday during the summer, you're probably not gonna, you're gonna tell the person, hey, it's the summer and this is still going on at 10 or 11, let me know. And I think most people would be, unless they're intoxicated, reasonable when you go to them and say, look, it's 11 o'clock, you're living in a subdivision, people live next door, people live across the street, they have a right to enjoy their property. Can you scale it back? I think 90% of the people would, and the 10% are probably then going to get arrested for public intoxication or something.
Private property, they're not.
No, well, I mean, or something else,
Yeah.
or something else.
So you guys can refer to letter E is what you're saying, when they get a call, because I have to call this guy back and I'll let them know an answer for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it essentially interferes with comfortable enjoyment of life and property.
Okay,
That'll work?
so you guys are just gonna use your discretion on
Yeah,
that?
I can do that.
And you can have, Darren, you can train the officers, you guys can decide your discretion.
Yeah, we'll be
wanna
good.
Yeah,
We'll be good.
that way you can be consistent.
I like it.
Okay, cool.
I'm tracking.
Okay,
Done.
all done on football?
I'm kinda disappointed, I wanted to drag it out till about 8 o'clock, but I don't have anything else.
so hot.
By the way, I think everybody knows Darren was at the FBI National Academy. Last week, Brady and I got to go out there for Lori and see him graduate. And if you ever get an opportunity to see someone do that, go. It was really cool. They do it first class, and it's really neat. We went through the academy a little bit, so it was really cool. So, congratulations. Good to have
Thank
you
you.
back.
And welcome back.
Yep.
Back to reality now.
Oh, yeah. I am gonna drag these town board meetings out forever.
That was a nice
but you're
article
done
in the indicator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, oh, yeah, the discussion, yeah, they had the good articles,
Yeah, it was impressive.
yeah.
Especially, we saw the FBI, Director of the FBI was there,
Lee
Associate,
Barr, yeah.
the Attorney General. I think there was like, 8 people up on the stage. It was really, really cool. People you see on TV in person.
Very cool.
You're like, can I get an autograph?
Yeah, they were gone right away. The bar left right after
Yeah,
we spoke.
immediately.
We left.
Yeah.
Nothing else in police finance, crossing guard contract. We have the memorandum of understanding with the school for crossing guard, where they will, pay $5,745.72 for the 2019-2020 school year. And I will make a motion that we, enter into this agreement.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Riddell to enter the memorandum of understanding with the school district for sharing the cost of crossing guard. Any discussion? Mrs. Riddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Zborski?
Yes.
Mr. Shinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Pfaff?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0.
Mike, just, you know, this is gonna be something different for them this year, so they'll have to review it.
Okay,
It's not a 3 year, it's a 1 year,
okay, so,
may or may not, I don't,
okay, well, we approved it,
so I just
so
wanted to let you
they're
know,
good
could,
with it.
okay, could come
Okay,
back.
if not, we'll work on it in July.
Okay.
Part-time clerk's office, do you wanna do it, or you want me to do it?
I just need to, I want to hire a part-timer, as, I don't know if you know, Mary's going to be retiring by the end of the year, if not sooner. So instead of getting stuck holding that, you know, I mean, just with.
New person, not
Yeah,
trained.
nothing. I need to hire her sooner than later. So, and I was thinking about this, I want to pay that part-timer out of water, like I talked to you, Tom. So we'll have to do a amendment in the salary ordinance next month to include, 'cause right now it's in my section for general clerk, the part-timer. I have to move that specific, job to the water section of the salary ordinance. So I'll email you that information so you can get that for July's meeting. You know, like she'll start at the 11:65, I think now, the starting wage, yeah. I was going to not post it until, I'll probably wait a couple weeks, I don't know yet when I'm gonna post the position, because I'm going on vacation at the end of June, so. But I wanna get her in here, hopefully by the end of July, to start training, it takes a while.
Yes,
To train someone part-time, you know? Mm-mm. So I was gonna ask Tom, do you know if LaPorte and Michigan City's papers, when you post something for a job, or it automatically goes to Monster?
I don't know
Does
if
it automatically go to Monster, because I don't want that.
I don't think it does, but
Okay, all right,
unless it's changed,
okay, just didn't know, I
I
had
know
thought
the
so.
new dispatch used to.
really.
Oh, really? So if you put a posting in their paper, it automatically
You
goes
might
to
wanna
Monster?
go to, Career Connect,
Okay,
that has a lot of local.
Okay.
And it has a lot of leeway, you can specifically what you're doing.
okay,
And then when Mary retires, you're gonna just fill it with a part-timer. correct?
So, yes, I'm not hiring another full-time person when Mary retires. So this part-timer that I'm gonna hire now will stay, and then
So
we'll, come salary ordinance time, we'll go through that.
the new person and Pam will be the part-timers,
Mhm.
and Lisa will be a full-timer.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need another full-time person. Just so you know.
Anything else on finance? Miscellaneous, did you, I am listening, do you, hear anything back on the DRP?
No, and I've written him again.
Okay. Tell him to hurry up, we're gonna start passing the hat.
Don't worry, I did say something similar to that,
Oh, okay,
that you were on me.
okay.
You're telling me we're getting nasty.
I did.
Mike is very nasty.
I told him.
Telling that next month is gonna be worse.
Tell him, next month you're giving me a whole number.
Progressive nastiness.
I have something else from you too. I just was curious, as part of the beautification committee, do you know where we are on Breens and the truck stop and Mike Patterson's here, Highway 6, as far as their properties?
Which are you talking about?
Cleaning them up.
Those are
Clean
the
them
ones
up.
I sent you the pictures of. I think we were gonna,
You and I were gonna go
Yeah, we
around
need
and
to
look at these
take a-
things.
I will say though that Patterson is not within his agreement right now, for sure.
Right, so,
Yeah, he's got a million vehicles, he's got vehicles up on blocks.
so you and I talked about doing that, and then you
Yeah.
were gone, so.
Yeah. Anytime,
We can do that.
yeah, we can ride around and look at him anytime.
How about the,
Bubba he's probably been super busy, and he thought it was me, but Jackie wants to meet with him to look at it, just to see what we can do, yeah. But yes, we're getting, and when Smith has come up, Darren from Smith has come up with her and looked at it, and they know exactly what we want to do. So we're getting there, it's just that Bubba's been a
And we gotta get,
little swamped.
yeah,
And yes,
that's one of the things, we gotta get Darren's tile in,
Yeah.
so we can pay.
I see they marked it for a locate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, they marked it?
Yeah.
They called
Well,
it
they
in?
marked it to be located.
To be located.
Yeah.
Oh, I called locates in Monday, yesterday, so yeah, it
So
should
they
be
don't
done by
have-
tomorrow at noon.
Also, Lori, the chamber got a grant for 2,000 from NIPSCO, and we were gonna put it down for a sculpture to put in the middle of the roundabout, but it looks like these sculptures are running really high, so we were suggested to put it back into like a beautification committee to, beautify downtown Westville or whatever it may be. So I don't know what their decision is on it yet. I don't know if they're gonna ask for more money. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I will keep you in the loop with that money.
Perfect, okay.
Mhm.
Anything else?
I have something. I don't know if you're all aware, Lori has been working very hard for the past 3 years. And for this day, on June the 12th, 2019, the Indiana League of Municipal Clerks and Treasurers has conferred the title of Indiana Accredited Municipal Clerk upon Lori Mercer, IAMC, who has completed the requirements prescribed by the Indiana League of Municipal Clerks and Treasurers for accreditation on this date. This is quite an honor,
Congratulations.
and I think that we all need to understand that Lori has done, this is quite something. Not all clerks and treasurers throughout the state of Indiana get accredited. So Lori, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
And this is wonderful.
Thank you.
I have a something really, like a
I got a pen.
big something on it or something.
Gold, like a,
A gold seal.
Seal of the state.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
But it was a nice thing.
and there'll be a
Very nice
reception at
reception.
Lori's house following the meeting.
You have my
okay.
for all of
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
that is
Regina.
really, that's
Thank you.
wonderful. I really am proud of you.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
It was very
They
nice.
should have
Nice
given you a
and
seal.
very nice.
For all
Yeah,
the
it's
stress.
gold seal right there.
That's right, right. I'll get you that. Okay, thanks.
That's very cool.
Right, thank you.
Anything else?
No, thank
I
you.
will make a motion, we adjourn.
So we,
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Shinsky to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor?
I.
Opposed, being none, the meeting adjourns at 7:44.
Thanks for the bell.